Oh yeah, I don't know where you are. That's fine. Hold on, because I'm nowhere near able to come
Hello
find you right
everybody,
now,
my name
'cause
is
I'm coming down
Calc
the
and
stairs.
welcome to my Troodon Masterclass on hunting Pachy's.
Okay, I am down the stairs.
When you're hunting Pachy's, you need to be
I kind of
mindful
heard
of
that.
two things primarily. First is going to be your timing. Second is going to be
Copy
your
you.
spacing. Pachy's have a unique timing and cooldown to their alt bites, or their alt attacks.
Got one stage?
As you can see how long that cooldown is after they do a headbutt or an alt attack, there's plenty of time to be able to jump in and hit it for a pounce.
Stage 2.
However, please be mindful of walls, trees, bushes, and shrubs because they can knock you off. Or they can at least block your pounce escape.
I got him stage 3 now.
And if you're ever in a situation where you have to jump over something, latch off, aim your camera upwards. Your pounce and your latch has directionality to it, unlike the raptor. You can actually fine-tune any direction that you want to jump in.
Okay, and fourth.
The most dangerous attacks to the Troodon are going to be the alt attacks, just because of how quick they are, how wide they are. But
He should be one bite away.
it's also going to be the best opportunity for you to follow up on.
He's in the corner there.
The spacing that you want to have when you're hunting a Pachy as a Troodon is about a body length and a half of your Troodon. As you're going to see right up here when he tries to turn around to alt attack me, because I'm that body length and a half away, when he tries to go for that alt attack, because I'm outside of that hitbox range, it's still not going to register as a hit.
Okay, he's out of venom, but he's should be like a one hit. But I need to get some stam back.
Now I'm low on stam, this Pachy is low on health. He's going to go back and try to heal.
He's back over here on my side.
I'm going to go ahead and get stamina while Connor keeps an eye out.
Are you guys still out there? Guys, I don't like the dark anymore. Alright, I'm gonna get up.
I sped up the video a little bit once we were back up to a decent amount of stamina. Now, because he was only crouching and we were resting, we have far more stamina than he does. So he knows he's not going to be able to outstam us. And also, Pachy's are not faster. But there was no way I was going to jump into a cage match with a Pachy. Luckily, he decides to run. And, well, something's running. I guess you have to chase it. Staying on that body length and a half, trying to bait out those alt attacks so that I can move in for a pounce. Pounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds from pounce landing to the next Troo for the following stage. The reason I wanted to use this fight was to show you that you can disengage with the Troodon to get stamina back, because stamina recovers faster than health does. Don't be afraid to re-envenomate a target 2-3 times or to disengage and re-engage. Here with me I have both Connor and Seb. These are my two Troodon homies.
Yep. They're right here.
They're getting close.
Yeah.
We were chasing these Pachy's earlier in the day. Lost them. Decided to wait around water access because it's a very common place to drink. There's a nice shallow spot where a lot of herbivores come by to drink, and there's a patrol zone right here for a lot of different herbies. A lot of people seem to think that sneaking is impossible in this game. That somehow foliage will not break line of sight, and you can't use it to
I'll start trailing them.
Literally get right up on a target. I wanted to introduce this little stalking clip of mine just to show you that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. You don't have to run around. Most of the time, players are looking for jerky movements. They're not going to look for someone moving nice and slow. And I'm willing to bet that these Pachy's are looking at the water and the tree line because they're looking for things bigger than them. And this is one of the advantages the Troodon has. Our size makes people underestimate us.
This sucks because they're going to have a full tummy full of water, so the bleed's not going to hurt.
In fact, most of the time, they completely forget that Troodons exist.
It says slow for walking away.
Ooh, Pachy!
Yeah, they just filled up on water.
Full of water now. It's your fault for walking away.
But I don't know if they have stamina or not. Doesn't seem like they're really paying attention that much. Grazing.
Now, even though I'm crossing the open here, because I have the grass and the small shrubbery in front of me, it's breaking the line of sight.
I mean, we could, but I'm getting a little hungry soon. Yes, I will be.
And this is what enables us to start the hunt.
Oh shit! There's something close to me here.
Uh-oh,
A
he's coming
little
at you.
fresh spawn Dilo.
Oh,
Poor
no.
little guy.
There's
These
another little
Pachy
one right
saw
here.
him and said,
Looks
you know
like
what?
over
You look crunchable.
Well, they found the Herrera.
And I said, you
Do
know
you
what?
want to do it? Do you want
That's
to do
not
it?
fair.
I just hit one.
And that's what we used to initiate the fight. Pachy didn't even see me there. Once again, see how he's turning his back to me, waiting to use those ult attacks? And if you're on the opposite side of the turn, you are safe. Because of the nature of ult attacks, they're very wild, long swings. And too many players rely on them for consistent damage.
Yes, I got
Oh, nice!
And as you can see, you can use people spamming attacks to cause chaos on the path.
Hit another one.
Oftentimes, players don't think before they start just swinging.
I got the one that you were working on. He's fucking hurting.
Because most of the time, they're either in a panic mode or they're overconfident.
Black one's purple.
Keeping this in mind, this is why I'm always staying behind these
They're both
Pachys,
purple, they're
right
both
at the
purple.
tip of the tail or off to one of the sides. Those are just the easiest attacks to bait
both gonna
and
play
the
water
easiest
now.
ones to capitalize on. Whenever you have herbivores using rock, terrain, water, anything
Yeah,
like
let's
that
get
to
Sam
hinder
back.
your hunt,
Yep.
you have to play it slower.
They're so fucked.
Oh, we've
Dude,
been
they're
working
so
them.
fucked. They're so fucked.
Is that one
They're
resting in the
both hit
water? No,
purple,
they're
dude. They're
standing.
both hurt.
And look how much they're shaking too. They're hurting. We can tell by the voices
These
too.
Pachys were
out.
obviously very, very low on
Watch out, yeah.
stamina, and it seemed like they were having a harder time, obviously
No
dealing
longer
with us
envenom.
between the envenomation
That's fine.
limiting their sight
They're still hurt.
and
They're
just
still
all the
hurting
grass
so
and stuff
bad,
that
yeah,
we've been
that's
using
Watch
to
out,
cover
another
our
one.
movement. Now look at where my stamina is, at least at this point. My stamina is around 55%, maybe just below
Yeah, I'm gonna
60.
make it look like I'm resting. See if I can bait them to come out running.
They have no idea I'm over here either, so.
I think they
Sure,
might.
he was... No, I'm in a... they haven't
They're not
seen
going to
me
be
at
able to
all.
regain stamina while standing unless they're above 25%.
Yeah, that little Dilo coming out of the woodworks and them jumping on him. I was hiding in a bush when the second one walked
Did they
right
kill
past
him,
me.
or did he get away?
The Herrera
I think.
did. It died.
Yeah.
I ate from it.
Much. All right. So let's see where my Sam's at. I'm at almost.
And from this
70%,
point
'cause-
on, Connor
Alex
and
isn't
Seb
down.
are just
Watch out. Yeah, they're getting ready to
poking,
bait for that.
making sure that these Pachys know
Yeah.
that we are
That's
surrounding
why I didn't
them,
do anything.
but we also want to let them know that we're not stupid enough to jump into the water with them. Troodon swims very well, but the water where they're at is too deep for us. We're not going to have any of our mobility, and
got
it's going to
tail
be a
bite. I'm
death
good.
sentence if we jump in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fucked. They're fucked, dude.
You're going to start to see kind of how we begin to
The
rotate
fact that a
and
croc
move
hasn't
around.
come in
We
here,
played
you
with
know,
each
is
other
crazy.
for a very
I'm
long
gonna
time.
rest up a
So
little
we
bit 'cause
know
did
the
take a
quirks
little
of
bit
how
damage
everyone
there.
plays, the
think
differences
yellow,
of
but-
rotations,
Do it.
and we
That
know
was
how
a-
to
that was a
move
body.
in
No
and
problem,
out
no
with
problem,
each
no
other, so
problem.
that if a target begins to
Check
attack,
on.
one of us is already in a position.
Seb's
To
fools.
counter.
Yeah, they watch out.
It takes practice being able to move in and out with your pack mates. I like to tell people to imagine a figure 8. You pick one avenue where everyone's going to move through as sort of like
Yeah,
a
I'm coming in
halfway
for that.
point,
Aw,
so that we
I-
know
you
exactly
know
where
me,
that
man.
target is being
the
led.
bait master.
Troodon does not do a lot of damage unless it's in stage 3. The initial pounce you get to get someone to
please.
stage 1 does about 30 damage. Stage 2, that pounce gets them, I don't know, 45.
Yeah, dude, they're getting
get
so
them
low
into
because we're only
stage
doing
3,
like 15
that
points
bounce
of damage
does
to them every
roughly
time we bite them
75.
just once. But that's
Could be
that
more, could be a
bleed
little
is just
bit
kinda
less.
fucking wearing them over time.
I think
There's a
it's
deep spot over
somewhere
there, so
around
be careful. I've
120
gotten
points
fucking
in order to
stuck
get
there.
somebody to stage 3. But if you're only getting people into stage 1 or stage 2,
See, I
you're
know.
not really doing a
I
whole
know
bunch of
things,
chunky
I know
damage to 'em.
things.
Once a target is in
Watch this.
stage 3, however, each pounce will deal roughly 100 points of damage. So for something like the Pachy, 3 pounces to get to stage 3, it should only take 2 to 3 more pounces in order to drop them out. The problem with pounces and venom, however, is it does not benefit from any damage mutations. Unless you're going to be biting, I would not take these mutations whatsoever.
Dude, I can't imagine being dude, being on the side of them, I'd be so pissed off. Like, god damn these Troodons. I've never been on the receiving end of this. I can't imagine. I can't imagine being 2 of them being scared of 3 of us.
Especially with Pachy, with how fast that they can attack, it's too risky. It's better to get a pounce, which you know you can land and know you can safely dismount, than to risk a bite against something like a Pachy. Especially with the risk of fracture, even when they're in low health. And notice over the course of this entire fight just how high our stamina actually is now.
Dude, he sounds
because
weak.
we've been
Did
able
you
to
hear how
rest and force
he
these guys
sounded?
to take inadvantageous
Brody.
positions, not being able to get their stamina back,
Good
not
dodge.
being able to regain their health.
Yeah, they're
You
getting
can
ready.
hear just how strained, tired, and weak they are. So now it is time to begin really, really, really putting the
Nice
pressure on.
fight.
They're getting desperate, rushing out, trying to get any hits on us. These Packies aren't going to move unless we get close enough that they can do a quick, cheesy little whack on us.
I'm gonna laugh at him. Laugh at him. Laugh. They want mercy. They want mercy, but they're not getting it. You guys are gonna fucking
They start
die
calling and making
here.
noise, probably because they're hoping somebody's going to come by and try to save them or try to third party the fight. We're just going to keep playing it slow, keep playing it patient, taunt them a little bit here and there. Remember, psychological warfare is the 4th damage type Troodon gets.
Bro, we're not even on our demon.
Another thing regarding the alt
buddy?
attacks
Ow.
Pachy has,
Ow,
they
I'm still
cannot
on the
alt
green.
attack while
Ow.
That's
running.
so funny.
Like if they're in a sprint, you cannot alt attack. You have to come to a slow stop or like a trot speed in order to do an alt attack.
That's it. They're gonna try to sandwich. That's what they're trying to. Yeah, they're trying to sandwich here. Good dodge on that. Watch out. Ah, he wastes his right click on me.
Nice.
Drop black coming in. Go on. Nice. One.
Coordinating with your pack mates on who's pouncing and when to make sure
I
that you
got
don't
one
double
stage
pounce
2.
to ruin any stages of envenomation is really, really important.
Oh, no way.
Fortunately, Seth makes a mistake
No
here.
fucking way.
He just
Why
he
did I
zigged
do
when he should have zagged, is what he said.
Man. He got hit right
But
in
now
the
it's
head.
a fair 2-on-2.
Somebody have their stream one tap button.
I also have a
me a
lot of
second, please.
experience in dodging and
Got
moving
one
around
stage
in
3.
water.
I'm in the
Mostly because I'm a
orange
madman. I
probably?
put myself
Oh,
in
I'm
those
so yellow.
situations way too many times. So, you can see that my confidence, just in experience, and also just because I'm having fun, allows me to get some cheesy attacks in. These Packies end up hitting each other because they're so low stamina they can only do their bites. And if they alt attack each other, they risk breaking legs, body fractures, etc. Over the course of this fight, I've been
I'm back,
bitten
gonna get some
twice,
sandbag.
and I'm
He's hurt
still
if he's got
only
a
in yellow.
rest. That's crazy.
As you go down in health, stamina, certain attacks begin to do less damage.
Did you guys get stuck on each other when he hit you in the head?
No.
No,
Or-
I just bad placement, bad time. He was in
Watch
the
out.
middle of a charge and he somehow clipped me.
These Packies
so
start
it is what it
really
is.
getting desperate, trying to bait us on sitting
We're trying
down.
to move around here.
They start
big
running
deal,
along the
just a Troodon,
coastline,
just a
probably
Troodon.
hoping that we won't be able to charge after them here. But they're definitely trying to move to some sort of rock or anything else that they can use. This is
Why
where
was it
I
open now?
use that panic
Yeah, you
stress
did.
to cause them
Oh!
to body fracture. That's
Yeah!
He was already a one.
There's one.
Nice kill! And the other one's got a broken leg, right? Oh, he's so cooked!
I don't want him to get knocked off in the water, but when he runs to the water's edge, he starts bucking. I tell Connor,
Hit him on the other side.
Yeah!
and there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Hope you guys picked something up from these. Let me know how these tips worked out for you. If you end up going out, getting some package kills, let me know. I'd love to hear your success stories. Thank you so much for watching. Stay trashy.